you've given Dick Masterson your social security number, maybe that's fine. You know, I've got no issue with Dick Masterson. Like I say, I think he's the greatest confidence trickster of our time. Maybe he handles this information in the most private, diligent way. Or maybe he's quite impulsive. Maybe he goes on the kill stream very often. Maybe he communicates with Ethan Ralph a lot. Maybe Ethan Ralph is his right-hand man, and maybe Ethan Ralph has got a proven history of asking people, you know, to supply him the doxers of his own pay pics. Maybe that's the case. Maybe Ethan Ralph's got a list of all of this stuff, of people's social security numbers, people who are going to slight him, other people, all the creators on the platform, people like Toad McKinley, Porcelain, Revenge of the... Who knows, right? Who knows how deep this goes? I'm just speculating. And clearly, I've lost my mind, haven't I? But let's just go on further. Let's just take a few more of the crazy pills and just go further. So, privacy policy. The next part of this privacy policy. So we've already established that they're harvesting whatever information they can get. It's not instantly going to a third party who's going to handle this data sensitively. No, not even that. Comments. When visitors leave comments on the site, we collect data shown in the comments form. Also the visitor's IP address, and the browser user agent string to help spam detection. An anonymized string created from your email address, also called a hash, may be provided to the Gravitas service to see if you are using it. The Gravitas service privacy policy is available here. After approval of your comment, your profile picture is visible to the public. Now the thing here that we need to... the anonymous hash, right? It's on like 4chan. You know, every time you do like a capture on 4chan, sometimes if it just goes instantly ticked green when you've done that capture, what's happened is 4chan has used your email address to verify who you are. So it's almost as though you're posting on 4chan with your first and last name. That's if your email address isn't like PP Puma, you know, or Joey Jojo. You know, or filthy ass. That's if your email address is your real name. So just be wary about that. So what's weird here is that they're actually using the email address as the anonymous hash. You know, as the anonymous string, I should say. They're using your email address to do this. And I see on the first page that there's a bot capture pop-up on the first page. So anyone that's doing this is just basically posting on Dick Masterson's site, browsing Dick Masterson's site, with their first and last name. Let's just carry on. Media. If you upload images to the website, you should avoid uploading images with embedded location data included. Visitors to the site can download and extract any location data from images on the website. Now, this is pretty prehistoric shit that's going on here, because I'm pretty sure that, you know, Facebook have stopped doing this. They've sort of outlawed this because people are going, this is kind of scummy, this is kind of shady. So it's pretty strange to see the beacon of free speech and anonymity, New Project 2, actually doing this. It seems pretty odd to me. Maybe I'm wrong, but this seems pretty odd. You know, I don't have an IT background, but I'm just laying truth as I see it, because I think it's out there, and I want to believe. I believe in the black oil. I believe in the aliens, and I believe in the bumblebees, and I believe that this is the greatest scam this side of Candid. So, subscriptions. Are you ready for this? So, just to be a little pay piggy, oink oink, on Dick Masterson's site, you've got to, when users subscribe to this site, we collect the subscriber's IP address, email address, given name, and the minimal amount of information required to interface with authorized.net payment processor. Now, he doesn't state here what that minimal amount of information is. I have the minimal amount of information you've got to give, and it's not very minimal at all, in my opinion. In my opinion, it's not very minimal in the slightest. But, I mean, he's just glossed over here in this privacy policy. It's not even, like, laid out in clear terms. Contact forms. Stuff about cookies, which is fairly standard. I will give them the props on that. This is kind of standard practice, you know. Login cookies last for 2 days. Screen option cookies last for a year. If you select Remember Me, your login will persist for 2 weeks. Yada, yada, yada. This is fairly standard. Now, let's move on to analytics, right? Who we share your data with. So we do processing through a partnership provided by authorized.net. Fairly standard? There's an anonymous third party that are doing this diligently. It's all kosher. It's all above board. It's all fine, except the data processed, hosted, and stored through partnership provided with Cloudflare, and YP Engine, which are PC and GDPR compliant. How are they getting this data? This data is being clearly passed on. Holy fuck. This data is being passed on from Dick Masterson to these third-party processors. You know? Dick Masterson is not like a detached part of all of this. This is clearly what goes on. Masterson harvests your details, and instead of personally paying you out from his bank account, he lets a third party do that after he's gathered all of your details. Because how would the third party know who to pay? Right? Holy shit. Oh fuck. We've lost the privacy policy. We've lost the privacy policy, ladies and gentlemen. Holy shit. What a disaster. Let's just go on then to the privacy policy, as you can read yourself. Oh fuck. We've lost the privacy policy, and we've got no internet to get it back up. We fucked up, ladies and gentlemen. We fucked up. However, you can go onto the privacy policy yourself, and I encourage you to do so. And you can see that Dick Masterson, he says in that privacy policy that he will collect your data, right? And if you request that data be deleted or erased, he says he will only keep, he will do that, but he will only keep what is required for legal, essential admin or legislative purposes. Maybe it's a combination of those four, but the wording is something similar to that, right? So you've given your information to Dick Masterson, you want it off, right? You think you're going to write to Dick Masterson, he'll erase it from New Project 2. Except he's not going to erase what's essential for admin, what's essential for legal, and what's essential for like security, privacy reasons. So what is that? He's not going to erase your name. He's not going to erase your address. He's not going to erase your social security number, because all of these fall under that category. So what is he going to erase? Big questions. Big questions. But and also as well, like this privacy policy, there's like 7 subsections that just haven't even been bothered to be filled in. You can look at this yourself. There's 7 subsections that Dick Masterson's just decided, or Dick Masterson's crew have just decided not to fill in. You know, we've already told people this is a scam, blatantly, in no uncertain terms. So let's just forget to fill in, or deliberately not fill in the rest of the privacy policy. Holy fuck! 7 subsections just left blank. So we've got refund policy here. Refund policy. You can request a refund. Refunds can be processed within 30 days of initial charge. Any refunds older than 30 days will not process. This seems fairly standard. You know, I will give them as props on that. That seems to be lifted from Patreon itself. However, when we go to the actual payment of these people, all of these people are paid on condition that they're friends with Dick Masterson. He can withhold their money at any time. He takes a 5% cut. At any time, if they step out of line, if Toad decided to speak from his heart and his soul, and actually say that these DMs were something that, you know, wasn't epic and glorious and heroic and Chad-like, and would actually say that, you know, this is pretty cringy. If this were Mundane Matt or Tonkasaur or Kraut and Tea, I'd be all over this like a tramp on chips. If Toad McKinley had decided to do that, he wouldn't have got his $26. But even worse, he'd have made sure that his personal details were compromised. Because if he became an enemy, or let's not just say Dick Masterson, but if he became an enemy of Ethan Ralph, to the point where Ethan Ralph could just request his right-hand buddy, his right-hand man, Dick Masterson, he could just say, oh, just throw me Toad's docs, as he's been proven to before. Xander! We all remember that. We all remember Ethan Ralph doxing his pay piggies and blaming it on Dispatch. Do you honestly think that situation would not happen if Toad McKinley had slighted one of them? That information wouldn't be freely passed around? Because, I mean, Dick Masterson says in his own privacy policy that he does not care. You know, you've got no rights about what happens with this information. You know, he's not going to handle this sensitively. Do you honestly think that if you sign up for this site, just in your heart of hearts, just a blatant, simple question, do you honestly think if you sign up for this site as a supporter or as a creator, do you honestly think that your own privacy is going to be protected by people like Ethan Ralph and Dick Masterson? Do you think it's under lock and key? So, let's get into some of the creators on the platform. We've already covered Gator. We've already covered Toad McKinley. Gator makes a grand total of $19 on there. Toad McKinley makes a grand total of $26 before Masterson takes his 5% cut. But clearly, Toad can't shut the account down, right? He can't shut the account down now, or else it would show dissent in the ranks. He'd be scared that they were going to retaliate, you know. Oh, fuck, Toad's turned to the dark side. We've got to instantly dox his information. We've got to get Gator to read it out with Flamenco's autistic interjections on the kill stream tonight. We've got to do that. Or we've got to do it in the way we used to do it, and we've got to leak it on Kiwi Farms. Under a sock puppet. That's what we've got to do. Pieces of shit. Pieces of shit. So I understand why Toad is scared. Let's just look at some of the other creators on the platform. We see that Jim is making something like $700 on this new project too. I understand he's been banned from Patreon, so this is his only option, this is his only alternative. And you'd think in the past, I mean, Jim used to be pretty much always a high earner on whatever platform he went on. But I mean, Jim is not the highest earner on this platform, he's not the second highest earner on this platform. You know who the second highest earner on this platform is? This is where I'm going to get shot in the head. This is where the Black Ops are gonna come streaming in and fucking take Godwinson away. You know? Oh, you've stumbled upon the motherlode, Godwinson. It's over. It's over. You've stumbled upon this fucking crazy conspiracy of collusion. Do you want to know who the second highest creator on New Project 2 is? Somebody who makes a grand total of... Where are we? Oh, fuck. Are we losing steam? Has he taken it down? No. No! Let me find this. Drum roll, please. Somebody who makes a grand total of $1,932. $1,932. Maybe he's not the second highest earner, but that's pretty high when you're considering other creators get... People like Jim are getting $700. People like Gator are getting $19. But people like Toad, who've got like hundreds of thousands of subscribers on YouTube, are getting only $26. Who do you think's making $1,932 on Dick Masterson's own site? And this is clearly his only source of income because everyone else is going to demonetize him. Who do you think this person is? It's Josh from Kiwi Farms. Right, now, let's just establish why this is a bit fucking odd. Josh from Kiwi Farms is clearly drawing a lion's share out of New Project 2. Got no problem with Josh, I think Josh is okay, but I think this is a bit odd. And I don't know if this has happened yet, but this seems to me that, because I know Josh's history with like payment processors and I know how scummy they've been with him, you know, he's not necessarily like the biggest evil last final boss on the internet. You know, there's no issue or problem with him being able to draw money from something like Mad at the Internet, you know, where he's just poking fun at lolcows in a Frederick Knudsen sort of way, or a Toad McKinley way, you know, that, or a Jim way, let's say. I mean, there's no problem with that. They shouldn't be demonetizing him for that. So I understand his plight. I understand why he's on Dick Masterson's side. But I also understand that $1,932 is a lot of money for someone who's obviously been deplatformed off all of these payment processors. And what would happen if he fell out with Dick Masterson and Dick Masterson said, I'm not going to give you this $1,932. I'm going to keep it for myself. Because the terms of service are not worth the paper they're written on. The terms of service are bullshit, right? The terms of service are blatant. He's openly telling you to your face that you're an idiot to sign up for this. You know? If you fall out with me, it's over. The grand scheme is over. You get nothing. You lose, sir. Good day. $1,932. Now, there will come a time, if it's not already happened, that Dick Masterson will ask Josh for a favour. That day may never come. But when it does come, maybe Josh is going to have to play ball to get that $1,932. Now, am I saying that... I've heard rumours from very schizophrenic, autistic people that Josh is burying the Dick Show thread in the Kiwi Farms internet famous section. I don't know if that's actually happening. I don't know if Josh is passing on the doxes of people, the IP addresses of people who are slighting Masterson to Dick Masterson. I think that's bullshit. But I think for $1,932, there will come a time when Dick Masterson asks for a favour. And that favour is going to be pretty big from somebody who runs Kiwi Farms and is now running 9chan. As I say, I've got no problem with Josh. But we're at a point where we're starting to see links here that are pretty shady. The fact also that, I mean, Dick Masterson's got all of these people on the side. He's got Porcelain on the side. He's got Jim on the side. He's got Revenge of the Sis on the side. He's got this guy on the side, Josh. He's got Toad McKinley on the side. He's got people who've openly given him their social security number, legal name, address, for what is essentially a small amount of money. That's leverage. That's leverage that's worth more than the $26. That's worth more than the $1,932. Because I'm pretty sure Josh would have never sold his soul for $1,932. Not old Josh. Not Free Speech Crusader Josh. Same with Toad. Pretty sure Toad wouldn't have sold his entire docs for $26. Maybe Toad was promised something that he was going to hit the big leagues by bumping heads with Dick Masterson, by bumping cards with Hollywood. Maybe that's what he was promised, and maybe that's why he's in this position now, and maybe that's why he can't back out of this now. Maybe he's scared that he's going to be revealed, live on air by Ethan Ralph and co. Just a few things to think about. Once more, we've got to clap. We've got to applaud Dick Masterson for pulling this off. Because I think, do you not agree that this is the single greatest scam this side of Candid? If not more successful than any of the other pay-picky schemes that Sargon embarked on, in the years since Gamergate? Is this not more successful? Because I think this is fucking brilliant. One in the chat. One in the chat for Dick Masterson. Bravo, man. Bravo. Bravo. It'd be something if Dick Masterson also was like a detached CEO. Someone like Jack Dorsey or the guy who runs Patreon. Instead, Dick Masterson's very regularly in the kill stream at almost any point, He's very regularly in these spheres at almost any point. He's very easily sucked into the drama, as his Twitter feed will testify. So not necessarily the most stable head to be handling all of these people's datas. Or all of these people's data, I should say. Maybe that's just me. Maybe that's my sort of crazy way of going about things. However, let's talk about what happened when these DMs leaked. Now, these DMs, they were a nothing burger, let's be honest. Dick Masterson, he's a simp, yada, yada, yada. It's clearly at odds with his public persona. Right, okay, who cares? And I'm pretty sure, had he have just laughed at it, within the seconds that, it became a drama, those DMs innately in themselves became a drama, no one will be talking about, no one will be digging into New Project 2, no one will be digging into the collusion. But clearly what seems to have happened is that creators on New Project 2, a platform headed by Dick Masterson, have decided to all, maybe coincidentally, but maybe it was coordinated, they've all decided to preach from a party line that we're told isn't even there, They've all decided sing from the same hymn sheet that we're told isn't even existing, They've all decided to shut down these DMs, to shut down any innate hilarity to these DMs, to shut down any innate possibility that Dick was being sincere in these DMs, right? So it's not the DMs necessarily, it's the people that have colluded together to shut down something. Now, why is that important? Because it shows that these people will act out of their own self-interests. they will act to protect their monetary gain that they get from Dick Masterson. Dick Masterson is essentially their employer now. He's their boss. And he can fire them at will and keep their money. You know, he's their boss without giving them any employee rights. It's brilliant. It's superb. This is fucking fantastic. Brilliant.